Lions Bucs this Sunday. Let's talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode. My name is Jay, for anybody who has never been here before. Hopefully you guys all caught my recap video for the Lions-Rams game. If you didn't, I'll put a little thing up here somewhere that you can click, check it out. I feel like I really recapped the game perfectly. Maybe not. Maybe some of you are not fans of when somebody calls Matthew Stafford Matt Stafford, and that's all right. That's your prerogative. That's on you. But satire is satire, so deal with it. Welcome back. Obviously, we got the Bucs this week, which is pretty wild. The fact that the NFL set us up with both of our playoff games, 2 of our 3 playoff games back to back. We have that first game against the Rams, and then Tampa Bay coming to town. And Tampa Bay coming back after an extremely strong showing, which is pretty freaking nuts what Baker was able to do. Give them a lot of credit. Give Baker a lot of credit. Baker's a guy who I've really respected since he's come into the league. Always loved his moxie. And even hearing him after that Tampa Bay game being like, this is my city, right? That's the team that paid him. And think about what Cleveland is going through right now. Imagine being a Browns fan. And there you are, and you're like, you got to be kidding me. We have Deshaun Watson. We got rid of this guy who's got all the moxie in the world, who had a heck of a game. It was, 289 yards, 4 TDs. Like, Baker has shown up in Tampa Bay. And it's got to be amazing, being like, he's been shipped around. He went to Carolina. Now he's here, and this has become his home. So congrats to Baker. Congrats to Bucs fans. I think that's huge. But one thing I love about this game, specifically Lions-Bucs, is we played them 2 times last year. And Lions found a way to win both those games. First one really stomped on them, but then that division title game, that was a ton of work that the boys put in. They were able to seal it, move us on to the championship game. But we have a different secondary now. And a part of that different secondary is Carlton Davis, right? Like, Davis came from Tampa. And one thing I love is hearing his, through Aaron Glenn, the conversation that he had with the DBs, the secondary in the room, saying, I understand Godwin. I understand Evans. I understand these wide receivers and what they're good at, and breaking it down for the other guys. Aaron Glenn said it. He's like, in all my days, I have never heard a player break it down so well. And so Carlton Davis coming from Tampa Bay, huge advantage for our defense and for what was the worst secondary in the league. So seeing that, knowing that he's here, knowing what he understands from those guys and from playing in Tampa, huge W for us, for our defense. And I expect a lot out of the secondary this week. Bucs with the new OC, Bucs with a new wide receiver, running back in Irving. Like, the O-line showed up against Washington, and Baker was protected, and that running game got going. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really hoping DJ Reader is back, because if there's one thing the Lions have sold out on, it's stopping the run. And so if DJ Reader is healthy and he is out there finding a way to shut that run down, and then knowing that Carlton Davis in the secondary and the rest of the secondary, Terrion Arnold, Rakestraw, Kirby, if he's back, all the boys, Brian Branch, being able to shut down that passing game, going to be ginormous. And ginormous, wish I didn't use that word, but I did. And Alex Anzalone is just always an unsung hero. Guy has put in a tremendous amount of work, and he is one of the best linebackers in the league, who gets no notice, who doesn't really get the love, doesn't get the love that other guys do. And Anzalone, hats off to him. Guy has been phenomenal so far in his tenure with Detroit, but really even last week watching him. So how the defense fares against that pretty heavy Bucs offense we saw against Washington, I expect to be a lot better, because we are talking about Washington. However, looking at our squad, looking where we came from last year, knowing Carlton Davis is out there, knowing that we are committed to stopping the run, I expect to get to Baker. I expect Davenport showed up huge. So really excited to see this defense up against a good Bucs offense. And then offensively, man, I expect to see us moving that ball in the air to St. Brown. For anybody who was worried about St. Brown or Laporta, you got nothing to worry about, because I really think what we did, what the Lions did, was showing other teams, you want to double cover Saint? You want to stuff up the middle and not allow Laporta to make some plays? Doesn't matter. We got J-Mo. That was huge. And then imposing our will and solidifying it with the run game at the end with Monty. Shoot, man, I think that first game for us, offensively, defensively, but mostly offensively, was that preseason get the jitters out and where other teams may have had their starters out there, we didn't. So it's that first game back. It's that first game back running high tempo, full speed, seeing the boys work. And we got the offense, we got the rust off of it, and I think we're going to be ready to go against the Bucs. Originally, I had us losing this game when I did my way too early predictions back in early summer. I really think the Lions win this game. I know I'm seeing a lot of people do it. I saw somebody predict a Bucs upset. I don't see that based off of what we saw last week. I got the Lions winning this game, not by 7. 7 feels like a lot for what we just saw out of Baker and the offense, but I do have the Lions winning it. What do you guys think? Score predictions, drop them in there. And as always, I'll catch you later on another episode of Let's Talk Lions.